Hello DVR, I'm leesusss. Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. Last time we built this magnificent object. It's a big box here. We need to make this big box a bit better, don't we? Really, you know, it could be better than this, really, in many different ways, and various things. So that's what we're going to do this episode. Okay, we're going to make this far more livable and useful. Now, one of the most important things, for example, right now, I can't even immediately move these supplies into here. Yeah, I just can't do it. I have to keep running back in and out, and that's just not how you do things in a civilized universe. Yeah, so we need to build some things that will make that better. So if we go to base and unlock here, what we're looking for, have I already unlocked it from here? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I need a wireless connector. Yeah, can I build one yet? I don't think I can. Wireless connectors enable you to reach out and touch your base, as long as you're not too far away from it, whenever you want to. I'd imagine that it's probably buried in here somewhere. You know, is it under MISC? Might be under MISC. Here, there's a wireless connector. We'll unlock it. There we go. Question is, can we build it though? We might not be able to. Let's have a look in here. If we open up all the options under here rather than just bases, and we put in wireless like that, can we build a wireless one with our connector? Oh no, we cannot. Okay, we need a better constructor. Our little portable constructor, it's done very well, you know, but it's not really done what it needs to do as far as delivered the goods in certain key items. So we need a small constructor, and like we're finally expending all of our XP points that I've picked up here to do various things. Like for example, do we know 2 station? Not yet. We're fine for now. There's small constructor. And you can see there's various constructors through from here. That one will do. So have we got all the materials in here to make a constructor? I ideally hope that we have. Otherwise we're in the doo-doo. Where is it? Small constructor. So we'll start making that, yeah? We'll use that whenever we will use this as much as we can. So for example, we've been using this constructor a lot to make things like biofuel, and the reason for that is because biofuel is very easy to make. It uses only wood and things like that, and there it is. We'll make 10 more of those. This constructor of course costs no power whatsoever. The small constructor we're going to put in here is necessary for certain things, but it uses power all the time. Yeah, it uses a lot of power to make things, makes things the things that we make in here, like the biofuel, this is going to be so much faster. But we're not going to use this because it will be using energy to make this. Yeah, we'd rather take some time and do a slow, what do you call it? Oh, there's food in there. I need to move that in the base. We need a slow but free construction of fuel over here, yeah, rather than using the big expensive constructor like that. So that's the plan, okay? We will use the small constructor when we have to. Maybe I should have put the door around this side. Right then, small constructor. Now where are we going to put you? Originally I thought we'd put you over here. I might move the bed actually. Shall I move the bed? Okay, let's use we don't want the survival tool. What we want is I've actually got a type 2 multi-tool now. We won't switch to that yet. We'll keep using the type 1 for now, because I've got fuel in this one. And when it's your own base, you can retrieve blocks without breaking them back into their component parts. Yeah? And I think we're going to put our bed, we're going to put the constructor here. That big 3D printer. It's an improvement on what the old one was. The previous model for this used to be far simpler and a lot less interesting. And then we've got our deco over here, which we recovered for free, and it's a bed, isn't it? There it is. We're just going to tuck it in the corner for now because that'll do. That's fine. We don't want to sleep here. Unfortunately, I can't use that as a spawn point. I misremembered that I could. At some point, I need to make a clone chamber. Let's turn this off. A clone chamber, and that will allow us to set our spawn point here. So if we die, we can spawn back here if we want to. Right. First thing with a constructor, any constructor at all that's beyond the basic one, is you have to set an input and an output. So right now we're going to make not the closet. No. The cargo box is going to be our input and our output. So it needs to. So if the constructor wants to make anything, it needs to take materials out of here, and when it makes anything, it will put them back in here. By the way, how are my steaks? Because they were nearly off last time we were here. Oh, they're still fresh and delicious. We'll eat one now, and we'll worry about that later. There we go. So we'll use that for now. And now I need to move a whole bunch of materials into here, enough that I'll be able to make some key items. Okay, we'll put in a wireless connection, and we'll turn this on. Look at the speed. Look at the speed of it go. Good stuff. There we go. And then we'll dump this back into the cargo box down here. And then the other thing we want to make fairly early on, actually I've not unlocked it yet, is storage. Oh, there's a small dog here to help me. Hello, small dog. You had your dinner, have you? Very good, very good. Container controller. Okay, so we don't want to use the cargo box anymore if we possibly can. I want to unlock that, and then the actual extension area as well. Okay. And then we're going to make... Let's go for base now as well. Container controller. A bunch of that. While the small constructor's finishing, let's take out these. It's got loads of space in here. So it's got so much space that I can't actually hold all the items that I want to do. I can't pick them up. Yeah, I can't put it in my inventory. There is an answer to this though. If you see this up here, if you click on this, this is a temporary thing where you can access items to on a wireless basis to what do you call it? To be able to place them down. Okay, and we're going to put this. There's be enough storage space for now, I think. We'll just bang this down here. Yeah, this is our storage controller. Container controller, rather. How are you doing? You're getting there. Busy sucking up all our power. I've already put some more fuel in and it's eating it already. We'll turn this off now. Hold on. There we go. Turn off the wireless part. And now we should be able to take out... Oh, I can't. I still can't carry them. I've got some in my inventory already. There we go. These giant blocks here. And by putting them down here, they will be connected to the controller. That's here, yeah? And now it's got 32,000 space. Right. Let's get the rest of these out, as many as we can. And we'll put those down above, like this. Or rather, we'll put them above. We'll put them up here. As long as they're connected, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Are you now finished? You're now finished. We'll turn you off. And what we can do now is we can change this. We don't want to use the cargo box anymore. We use the container controller. It said that'll be the input and the output for any building from now on. Okay. And now I could slowly move stuff across from here to here. But the whole point of this was that I made a wireless controller, didn't I? Let's take the wireless controller here and we'll put it downstairs. We'll put it downstairs over here. Alright. And we'll just tuck it we'll put it over here. Doesn't matter. Does it matter too much, does it? There we go. It's now up there. And now what I can do, stand on the base, nowhere near any of the storage items, what I can do is I can go to devices. Yeah. I can access this. Yeah, and I can go in like that. And I can switch between my inventory or somewhere else within the base, like for example the cargo box. And I can move things from the cargo box directly across like that. Or alternatively, if I just open my inventory like this, yeah, I can then I can switch between like player. I can't have the same item on the same side, but if I do like cargo box like that, I can move things over. Good, huh? Yeah, I thought you might like that. And most things that you'll build, you typically put a wireless controller in them so that you can I'm pushing the wrong button. There we go. I damaged the cargo box slightly. Never mind. Let's do it the normal way. Hold on. Like that. Player on this side. It's confused. There we go. On the other side like that. There we go. Don't actually need the survival tool on me anymore. We can put that in there as well. Actually, no. I'll put the survival tool downstairs. Actually, let's put the survival tool in the closet down by the front door. Yeah. I don't actually need it right now. All these tools and things can go down there instead. Right then, now we've done that. That's rather good, isn't it? How are we doing for power in the base? It's already gone down a bit because of this damn thing from here. What we need... Oh, it's nicely lit up there, isn't it? Is another source of power. Yeah, so first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down here. Let's just be safe outside, actually. I don't know if there's anything nasty outside. There's our survival tool in the closet there. And our equipment access. I'm going to move. Nothing scary out here, is there? No. Nothing scary, just moths flapping around. We'll move everything from here. We can't actually, unfortunately, we can't get to... we can't go from here directly to the thing, but we can transfer from our inventory to the base, yeah? Like that. We need an alternative sort of source of power. We need some solar power. Now, solar's not very good. Solar's not very powerful, but it can give you a continuous tick of power to keep things like the lights powered and other things like your fridge powered, and use less of the fuel that you're putting in here. So it's a good idea to do it. But I do need to... I can make solar panels with this constructor, but they're only small ones. We can make the solar capacitor one over here, but we need to big solar panels need to be made from the small constructor in there. So we'll do that, and we'll find the best place to put. Oh, it's so good to discover you're busy talking to yourself and the video's paused. Never mind, we're okay. What happened was nothing. You haven't missed anything very much. That thing over there, it is a big battery. It's a capacitor. It's a solar capacitor. Yeah, and we're going to build some solar panels in the middle of the night, because I guess it doesn't matter when you build your solar panels as far as that goes. Have I unlocked them though? Is the question. Base solar panels. No, I have not. There we go. Now, how many can we build? No idea. We'll find out in a minute, won't we? There we go. But alongside this, but solar panels have to be connected to the base. So we need some blocks to do so. And we just don't need anything fancy. How about just a bunch of concrete blocks. There you go, like that. And so the solar panels will tick away and keep our base a little bit of supply, just to power the fridge and whatever else is going on in here as we need to. Solar panels now. I don't actually believe that solar panels. Supposedly, I think in the game, the direction might make a difference, but I don't think so. So what I mean is, in the real world, I live in the northern hemisphere, and therefore, if you were to build solar panels on my house, you would aim them to the south. Yeah, generally speaking, is how you do it. In the game, we're in the southern hemisphere, therefore, the most exposure to the sun would be from the north. We're almost on the equator, you know, here. So you'd think that we'd put it on the north and maybe facing upwards. I'm not sure it actually makes a difference that much in the game, but we'll assume it does. So we'll build them on this side. What does make a difference is occlusion of solar panels, by which of course I mean stuff in the way. So those big trees are... Oh, we're almost there, look. Those big trees out there, I could have made these on the little constructor, couldn't I? Never mind. Wasting a bit of juice. I'm paranoid about power in this game. We're down to 8% already. Paranoid. There we go. power off. But quite frankly, leaving the thing on right now is not actually using that much power. On the long term it would do. Constructing things is what's using all the power up. Yeah? Right. So now we need to go and find somewhere to build this. Ooh, I'll have that. Plant protein. We need to build some solar panels out here. And we want to put them so that some of these big woody objects are not blocking them. Yeah, this is north, isn't it? Yeah, this way is north. So if we get some... do that in the fridge. There you go, plant protein. Let's get some of these blocks. Can I? How many of these can I carry? 6. Okay. Is that far enough from the base? Will you go away, moths? I know you're trying to help me, but you're actually just annoying me with your soothing sensations. Don't give me no soothing sensations. Right, okay. Not pretty. We can maybe fill something under there, yeah, to make that look a bit better. Let us go in here again, and we will then get out. Let's see how big one of these solar panels is. We can carry a couple. In fact, we can carry all of them. How are we going to arrange these? They are certainly big, aren't they? Like that? That'd be okay? Like that? Now. So invigorating me. Look over here. Green. Yeah, therefore that means that they should be functioning just fine. None of these trees are really in the way, as far as the solar panel is concerned. Yeah. At the moment. Now what I'd like to do is... Well, that's annoying. I didn't think it would do that. I'd do it to stick onto the side, but obviously not. Where's my multi-tool? I managed to collect both of them. Okay. What we're going to do, we'll build some concrete blocks out here along the side, yeah? I did get them back, didn't I? Tell me I got my solar panels back. Maybe they all vanished. Where did they go? Did they vanish? Well, that's annoying. If I have to build some more... I did. They broke. I didn't expect that. I've not had that before. Obviously it's been a while since I built solar panels. It's a bit weird that they both vanished. Never mind. We'll worry about that in a minute. Well, there you go. This one seems to... These two seem to think they're still being blocked by something. But I'm not really sure what's in the way. You've got a yellow marker on them there, see? Rather than the greens. Over here. Don't quite know what you think's occluding you. I mean, I've moved away all the big trees. I might move away some more trees if it comes to it, but I think we're alright for now. Especially after the embarrassment of, like, screwing up, what do you call it? The first solar panels. While we're here, I was going to make... What am I doing? A whole lot more fuel. There we go. That can be working on that. Now in here, fuel's down to 8%. Yeah, you might be wondering about why am I using biofuel like this? I already told you it's very efficient, you know, how it works in here. But in here we also have promethium. 2 different food packs of promethium. And promethium is like the fuel that we use most of the time for the thing. But the thing is, I've got these from places I've been looting, basically. Places that I've been like investigating other areas. And in a lot of worlds, promethium is something you can mine. It's quite obvious. When we get there, you'll see later. It's quite obvious where you can mine promethium. Oh, it's in my inventory. That's why. But there isn't really anywhere on Aqua where I can mine promethium, so I'm being careful with it until I've got a more certain supply of it. Okay, so at the moment we're I think we're doing pretty well. We have power. Let's actually demonstrate where the power is coming from as well. Let's have a look at the base. So if you look, we've got a battery. We've got nothing in the battery because we're still charging. Yeah, we've got an output of 7.5 kpu, which is from our fuel and also from our thing, and we're only using 1.1 kpu, and this is how much time we've got left effectively if we're running as we are now. And we should be able to tell, where is it again? Where can I tell where the one second. Let's look at solar panels. It should tell us how much power's coming in. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Maybe I'll look at it later. I can't quite remember. There is a way of looking like how much power is actually coming from the solar panels particularly, rather than the main power. Anyway, regardless, it's doing something out there. They're working. They are helping. They're doing the best. What else do we do to do in here? Well, one of the key sorts we need to have is here. We need growing plots. Yeah, we need to grow food. Right now, I'm quite hungry. We've got some stuff in the fridge. I can make more food, you know, from inside the fridge. There's various things I can do here, but I'm actually running out of easy to grab hold of food. So what we need to do for that, and this is a very fertile world as well, so you know, there's ones that are a lot worse than this. So the best way to be sustainable is to grow your own food, and we can do growing plots here. Have I unlocked them yet? Is the question. No, I need. See, I'm lacking some things. We've got a growing plot made of wood and a growing plot made of concrete. It doesn't actually really matter what we use. We'll make it out of wood. But we need nutrient solution to make these. So we'll put this in. We'll put this in over here. I know I'm doing it manually, but that's fine for now. And we'll make a bunch of these, and you can show them on here. We've got a lot of wood around here, so let's make some wood. Let's make them out of wood. There we go. And they're going to go in here. Let's remove these blocks. Okay, you can't grow outside. I pretty mentioned it before, but you cannot grow outside. Yeah, there's you have to grow in special. You can find food outside in places like this, but otherwise you have to grow things in growing plots. Yeah, like this. We need to get some more growing solution going. Actually, can I make that in here? No, I think I need to make that somewhere else. Yeah, I do. The nutrient solution is quite easy to make, but I don't think we've got the actual item we need to make it. Let me look at the. See if it's in here. I don't think it is. I think I need to have a new block to be able to make nutrient solution. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in here. Those ones that I've got there, I found them in areas that I was searching. So here we go. Let's put some down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want 9 in the end. We're gonna have to put a growing lamp up here, yeah, above it, and the growing lamp will cover 9 blocks like this. Okay, so I've got some growing blocks, but what do I actually put in these? Well, I need. You can't just plunk in any of these crops that you want in here. You have to make sprouts or seedlings to go in there. There's a special way of doing that, and funnily enough, the block that makes those also requires is the same block that makes nutrient solution. And let's see if that's already unlocked in here. I doubt that it is. No, it won't be. I'll unlock it in the tree. So up here on the base, we have the food processor. There we go. Right. At some point, also, I'm going to run out of certain components. Like, I've got a lot of raw materials in here, but I'm going to run out before long. You know, I'm going to need something on my computers or silicon or something like that. I think we're getting a little bit low on iron maybe now. I'll have to go out and do some mining in a bit. But for now, we're fine. We've got the bits and pieces. Now, the food processor is extremely useful. Okay, and this is one of the last blocks we probably need in here. There's probably one other one we need to get, but otherwise we've got a lot of what we need in here. And the food processor is so useful because it will make, obviously, more recipes than we currently can in our standard construction block. It will also make, as I say, make the seedlings and various other things that we need from there as well. But also, it makes medicines. That's right. Right, we'll put it over here for that reason. What's a good view? There you go, that's a nice view. Like that, we can see the control panels on here. Right, and we're going to draw from the fridge and output to the fridge as well. Where's the power switch on this? Oh, it's up there, look. I'll turn it off for now. Again, it uses a trickle of power all the time. So, we can make many, many things in here. And if we go over here, we can make sprouts and things like that in there as well. But the question is, of course, which sprouts do we actually want to make? Well, actually, first of all, let's do something else. Let's make nutrient solution, which is here. Actually need some stone dust. I'd forgotten about that. We're going to probably need to go and get some more stone, actually, at some point. Actually, no, just take it all out of here. We'll go and get some stone at some point. Mining for stone, but sure. Stick some bricks in the fridge, because why not? Yeah, and it also uses stone dust for soil, purified water, and spoiled food. And this is why I didn't care too much, the fact that I was collecting so many plants and things at the start that I knew were going to go off because I didn't have a refrigerator to keep them safe. This is why I didn't care, because at some point I knew I was going to use them. Yeah, so food in there, and we need some we need and spoiled food and some purified water. We've got some purified water, and the purified water comes from well, did you finish already? Oh, it's still working on it. Purified water comes from a couple of different sources, including, well, actually mostly the condenser I've got running outside, which is probably running low on fuel right now. We'll have a quick look at this. There are various ways of getting vegetables. There are various ways of getting things like that, but for now we've got this. We're out of energy. Okay, small O2 bottles, and we just put another fuel container in here. Small O2 bottles and water comes out of this. And then over here, let's go and see our water purifier and grab these on the way past. Always good to grab some of these. Various plants and herbs, like confetti moth herbs. These are all good use for useful items. Oh, I managed to pick up the entire plant there. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. Where is it? There it is. 8% water source, and we've got a bunch of water containers. This is not potable water, by the way. I can't drink this water. Again, I need to stick some more fuel in that. This is why it's always good to have plenty of biofuel around before we get a reliable source of promethium. Okay, so the beds are all ready. We haven't put the light in yet. We can do that in a minute. But what about making these seeds then? Okay, well, of course, the seeds that we're going to make are going to be dictated by the actual plants that we want. Oh, in fact, I need more purified water. Well, let's quickly do that now. I'll probably need to go get some more of that. Good thing I've got some running outside, isn't it? Eh? We'll make. No, it's too many. We'll make 2 lots. Okay. So yeah, which seeds should we grow? Well, the seeds are going to become crops. So which crops do we want? And therefore, which food do we want? Well, that's dictated by, well, there's loads of food you can make. Yeah. And we've been eating mostly like these energy bars over here, which last quite a long time but give you very little food. And there's other foods, like at one point I found some Dino Stew Royale. Amazing, but it's very complicated. There's a lot of ingredients in there, and it doesn't actually last that long, really, for the return. You want some sort of middle ground. And in my opinion, that is canned food. Okay, now you've got 2 choices. You've got canned meats, yeah, or you've got canned vegetables. And they're almost the same thing in some ways, because meat can be made from vegetable protein. So in fact, meat here, you can make it from plant protein and vegetables. Yeah, so in fact I could effectively grow this, but there's still an imbalance here as well, which is that this takes 2 meat. Yeah, so if you imagine if we made it out of vegetable protein and we grew the vegetables, because we can't reliably hunt all the time for enough meat. Yeah, we have to, if we use the vegetable protein to make meat, we're going to need a vegetable and a plant protein for every meat. So that's 4 items, 4 growing plots to get, well in fact, tell you that, 2 growing plots, because you get 2 from each plot, 2 vegetables from each one, to make 2 lots of meat. Yeah, but a lot of spice is needed for this. Whereas if we make some delicious baked beans, I am British after all, that's only 2 plots worth of food, 1 lot of water, and 2 lots of spice. Yeah, so we're trading in water, an easier resource to get than spice, which is going to need a plot for it as well. So I would say probably this is a better choice. But I think if we make a mixture of both, we can do a variety of these things. And in terms of like perish time and everything else, and food, they're about the same as far as that goes. Okay, so effectively what I think we need is we need 6 plots of vegetables and 3 plots of spice. Okay, now we need some water. Let's get the water actually out from here, because I should have made some by now already. There we go. Let's do it the efficient way. Come on, stop messing around me. We want to go shift all that lot across to there. Right. And the other magical ingredient about making certain things is making like seedlings is alien sprouts. So there's lots of these outside. You can see them like a purpley trumpet shaped thing. These make buds, and buds are useful for many things. But buds are also what? Actually, tell a lie, that must have changed. That's quite funny. Maybe I'm misremembering. What my memory was that buds were combined with plants to make other seedlings, if you see what I mean. But maybe I misremembered. No, it looks like I've actually misremembered that. Buds aren't essential. What we need, okay, I haven't played the game for a long time. I guess I must have misremembered. What we need then in that case is if we want to grow some vegetables, like this eggplant, which makes vegetables, the crop type is vegetables, then we need 4 vegetables, 5 water, and a nutrient solution for every single sprout that we make. Sprouts are very valuable, and you need to protect your crops because it takes a lot of resources to make these things again. And if you haven't already got some of what you need, if you haven't got some vegetables, it's hard to make the sprouts to make more vegetables, if you see what I mean. I'm going to check one more thing on here as well. I thought there was one more vegetable type. Blue pepper sprout also makes vegetables. I think one of these is better than another, from what I recall. Where is it? Where is... I thought there was one called trumpet greens as well. Maybe you can't grow trumpet greens. This is the one I usually do. Let's just do this for now. Yeah. I had to look that up. I thought there was a plant called trumpet greens that also gave you vegetables. Now, other these ones give you vegetables as well, but I seem to remember that this grows a little faster and is therefore better. Yeah. And I think only one of these gives you sprouts. Spices, rather. Pumpkins. Maybe I should do a mixture. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll grow some spice as well. Get all those set up, and while we're doing that, we need a grow light. Have I already unlocked grow lights for bases? No, I have not. There we go. We need to make one of those as well. And these use a lot of power, but I can't do anything about that. I need to have them. And then the other question I have is, I need to remember how high to mount this. I think I need to have 2 clear spaces, and then the grow light goes above that. But I might go and check that quickly, just to be certain. Okay, let's turn the grow light on. There we go. And I'll just put in some windows around here because I like to protect my plants. Actually, saying that, I can still get around the back of this. Yeah, it's windows on the outside. Yeah, I need to do something with this later to protect these. I'm very paranoid about my plants. Probably what I need to do is probably put a door in here. And if I was in a world that was in any way any more dangerous than this, which is all of them, I would block this in. Also, plants are, unsurprisingly, we don't want to Martian these plants, okay? On a world where the atmosphere, all these plants need to have oxygen atmospheres. And a regular temperature range. I've had things before now where Xerax have turned up and blown up part of my moon base and managed to penetrate my garden area. Every plant dead, unsurprisingly. We Martianed a lot of them. They all freeze dried instantly. So this being this exposed is not normal for me, and I don't like it. But this is a friendly world, so we have to just suck it up, buttercup, but not worry about it quite so much, because it is fine. Yeah, nothing's happening. Okay. Now that I've whined about that quite a bit, what about the food situation? I did say that I need to sort out food, so why don't we do that now? We've got some spare. Have we got meat in here? No, we haven't got meat. We've got vegetables, so we can make the meat. We've got some spice lying around. Why don't we make? We've got a lot of wheat. How much does bread give you? I've never done much with bread. We've picked up a lot of wheat. There's a lot of wheat growing around the area. So what gives us a lot of food right now? Because we're very hungry. Yeah. A ham. Ooh, lovely. Delicious. Probably one of the really big meals, like a burger. 205 food. 243 food from a pizza. A ratatouille. Look at that. Delicious. And alien parts. We can make these things as well. Why don't we make... Why don't we be Jared and make a couple of big sandwiches. And then we'll make... How many vegetables have we got left? I've got on the left hand side. I'm not actually seeing. Where's my vegetables? There they are. Not very many vegetables actually. So we won't worry about that. We can make some bread with this maybe. Yeah, make some bread. Some pumpkins. Yeah, and I can imagine a base in the future where we've got a whole floor dedicated to growing crops. Yeah, something in the future. But for now we're keeping it simple. Where is my sandwich? Where's my sandwich, buddy? Oh, there we go. It delayed for a second. It was doing something else for a minute. Give me my goddamn sandwich. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? I feel a whole lot better. In fact, I'm going to make one more. Right. Are we done? I think we are nearly done with this base for now. Okay, nearly setting things up. We have a task coming up, but there's one more thing to do that I reckon before we go any further, which is that I said about this can make medicines. Yeah, it can make individual tablets and injections and everything else. I'm not worried about those too much for now. Oh, fire moss scrapings. That's what I need, really. I need to find those. I need one particular medical device which is very useful to have around here. Now, I think they're under this lot. Let's have a little look. Armor locker we don't need yet. Sentry guns we don't really need around here. ATM will be good, but we can't unlock it yet. Ammo box we'd need for the what do you call it? For the weapon. Misc. I thought it would have been on here already. Don't need any of this. Weapons, we're okay for now. We probably should unlock explosive devices. We'll deal with that later. Maybe it's unlocked already. Oh, they are starting to grow, aren't they? How grown are you? Still growing. Still growing, guys. How grown are you? I wish it'd be nice to have like a value on how much these are actually grown. But there you go. Maybe it's just on medical devices. It might just be under this. Maybe we can't make them. It's possible we can't make them. Actually, that could be the answer. It could be that we need a large constructor before we can make the medical devices. Now, there are a variety of them. Let's have a look, see if we can see it under here. No, I'm not. No, I guess we can't make one right now. Medical devices, there's various degrees of complexity, and they're designed to fix the many injury types that you can get, which we haven't had to go into much yet, but you can get burns and cuts and parasites and goodness knows what. The most basic one would simply heal you up. Okay, you walk up to it, you press a button, magically you feel better. No medicine required, no healing with your food or anything like that. You're just better. Yeah? It looks like we can't make one of those. And we'll make, you could say, well, just make one now. But I don't think we really need to at the moment. Is probably the answer. We're okay. We're getting by as we are. So the next, so that okay, that rules that out. I think we've done in that case. We've done everything we need to do in this base. I'll top it up with some power before I leave, and then we'll be good. Now, there's two more things coming up. We need to go to this abandoned base over. It's the last big mission over here. It's a big point of interest, and it is which is what all these items are called. All these different locations are all called POIs. Yeah. And the one up here, where is it? The abandoned base is the one we need to take on. Forget this. There's probably a few more bits and pieces over here, but not very much. Anything to worry about. The POI up here, it's a base. We need to raid it. We need to kill everything in there, which are all horrible monsters. And then we need to strip it of all the goodies that are in there. There's a couple of problems with that. We're about as ready as we are as far as weapons, which are pretty crappy and basic, but that's what we've got. That's how it is. It is very cold up there. Sip water, which is part of the problem. And I've got a few ways of dealing with that, but it is something to worry about. You can just get very badly injured just from the cold. We could make one thing which would help us a little bit, which is over here somewhere is there we go, an EVA boost. An EVA boost will give us heat and cold protection. It's really designed for use in space, but we can use it as far as cold protection, but it will reduce our armour to a degree, and we haven't got much armor because we've only got basic light armour anyway, but that would help us survive the cold. However, we need gold to find that, and gold is not a resource lying around this world. We might find the occasional surface nodule, but I haven't seen it yet. We'll have to be lucky about that, so we can't really do that. I've got a few ways of dealing with the cold though, but otherwise we need to go up there and do that. But before we do that, we need to have something else. We're going to strip this base bare as much as we can of materials, but how do we get those materials back to here? We've been driving around our silly little hover bike for ages, and it's okay, but it's not really doing the job, is it? You know, it's not really doing the job that it needs to. So we need a vehicle, just a basic supply, not display, a logistics vehicle, a transport vehicle, so when we finish up over there, we carry all our stuff back and then bring it back to this base here. Maybe in a couple of trips, but the point is we need to do that, okay? And for that, we need a hover vehicle. So I need to make a hover vehicle. And I'm going to do that as I did with this base in creative mode. So the next video will be that. We're going to go into creative mode. We're going to make an okay vehicle. Again, much like this base, a basic vehicle that we can maybe expand upon and adapt in the future. That's just good enough for now. And we'll build it start of next episode, or maybe off screen, and then next time we will go off and we'll raid the base, and we'll see how we go on from there. Okay, that is the plan. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, me getting this started. Again, it's just, you know, what is it like to get a base started? Here you go. We have a base. We put that last episode. And now we've stocked it up with some of the most basic materials to keep us going. And although it used us a lot of power on various things, it took a lot of time to build some of these things. You only need to do it once, really, and then you expand upon that, and it's not too bad. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again next time.